think I got to be honest with you. I think that she thought she was up against an unqualified, unstable, unreasonable candidate. I think she thought that she was going to win the battle with a landslide. It is here that Hillary Clinton probably is saying the most qualified. She probably is thinking the most qualified usually wins. That she probably had in her mind, because I am qualified for the job, I'm going to get the position. I'm trying to help somebody. Come on in. You got to stick with me here, because that while the biggest fighter, she's in the biggest fight of her life, but 12 months ago, she was probably thinking, because I'm the best qualified, this is going to be an easy fight. But how many in here know that sometimes just having the qualifications does not necessarily give you easy street to the winning the battle? I want to admit to somebody in here, I told many months ago that Senator Clinton would win. I told them that she would win, and I'm sure she thought she would win because the Republican Party was so divided. I think she just figured that nobody unstable and with no experience like Donald Trump would ever win. I'm sure that's her thought pattern, but here it is. I got to admit to you, this is not what I expected. How many of you are here today can be honest that sometimes life deals you stuff, and it is not the thing that you expected in your life? I want you to get this, because as I sat in the hospital this week and I was thinking and praying for First Lady and thinking about this week and what we needed to do as a church, and I came in contact with chapter 16 here, where David is anointed. See, most of them anointed Hillary as the next president, but here is David being anointed in chapter 16 to be the king. But now here he is in chapter 22 in the biggest fight of his life. In chapter 16, he's anointed that he's the next president. And then in chapter 22, he's hiding in a cave. I think I got the right crowd here now. It's very interesting that Saul is after him. Get this. Saul is after David, and it is not because of his present condition. Saul is after David, and he did not see David get anointed, so he don't know that he didn't see God anoint him. But what he did see, he looked at David and he saw something special about David. Even though he didn't see him get anointed, he can tell that there's something special about him. Good morning, Valley. Can I help y'all out down here? There are some folk that don't like you, and it has nothing to do with your present condition, because if the truth be told, you don't even like where you are. But they are mad and don't like you based on what God is getting ready to do in your life. I want to let somebody know that you need to keep pushing, baby, because folk are on your track and they're raising hell around you only to get you distracted. But God got a plan for your life. Can you help me preach all over the building? Elbow your neighbor and tell them, keep pushing, keep pushing. The thing to remember here is that I want you to see, because I want to slide this in for free. People are after you, not on present. They're mad at you, and you ain't even got it yet. There are folk upset with you, and you're only halfway to what God really has in store. Oh, I wonder how they would really respond, Lester, if they really knew what God was getting ready to do in our lives. That's why they mad. Can I help you in here? Here's a good place to celebrate. They upset with you, and you ain't even there yet. Oh, you think you mad now? Just hold on, baby. Just wait a little while longer, because God is not finished with me yet. Come here, old church. When God gets through with me, I shall come forth as pure gold. Can we just celebrate not our present, but can we celebrate our potential? Oh, y'all didn't get it. You didn't get it. You scared to say anything because folk looking at you. You ought to celebrate because God got his hand on your life. And what God going to do for you, can't nobody stop it. Yeah. So here is David. Here's David. He's anointed to be king. And in every sense of his kingship, he's on a roller coaster ride. Up and down he goes from being the armor bearer to the king to fighting Goliath that everybody's afraid of. And now he's on the run from the man that he just helped. Saul was the king. David was his armor bearer. Whatever Saul wanted, David did it. David made sure that the enemy didn't get close to Saul. He killed off anything that was trying to kill Saul. And now the very person that David has been fighting for is trying to kill him. Yeah, you ever had some people in your life, the very folk you help are the very folk that'll stab you in your back? The very folk that you tried to get out of situations are the same ones that'll treat you like a dog. I came here to show you this morning, don't worry about it. God is under control of the entire situation. Here is David. After he has helped Saul, now he's on the run, hiding in a cave. And he's in a cave all by himself. It is here that I want you to grab hold of this revelation that sometimes God ain't going to send a whole lot of people to be your friend when you're in your trouble. Sometimes he's going to leave you in the cave right by yourself. The question is, can you fight hard enough that you ain't got to have everybody patting you on your back, and you don't need everybody attaboying you and everybody giving you accolades? Can you fight when all of your life is upside down and everybody has left you by yourself? Are there any fighters in this room that's really to say, you know what, if you don't like me, if you don't help me, I'm going to go on anyhow? Come on, don't touch your neighbor. Lay hands on yourself and say, I'm going on anyhow. It is here that we find that he's by himself in a cave and nobody is there to help him. He's been anointed. Get this. He's been anointed, but he's by himself. It is not what he expected. Has life ever dealt anybody else that kind of hand? You got married and your life was supposed to be for better or for worse, but it turned out after you got married, your life got worse. Is anybody in here tell your neighbor, it's not, marriage ain't what I expected? You look for a promotion with dreams and great benefits, but the promotion brought you a whole lot of stress and a whole lot of trouble. Elbow your neighbor and tell them it's not what I expected. You expected a call into ministry, but you didn't know that the call into ministry was going to bring conflict and all kinds of trouble. Tell your neighbor behind you, it's not what I expected. You went to the doctor for a routine checkup after you exercised and ate right, and they still found a tumor in your breast. Tell somebody, it's not what I expected. I stopped to tell 2 or 3 of y'all pansy Christians in here that cry about everything and everybody, that every now and then, I don't care how saved you are, there are going to be some days, there's going to be some challenges. You got to be able to work through the trouble sometimes. You got to be able to go through a hard time, take a licking and keep on ticking. I know that this is not popular for this pansy group of Christians that's on this side of Jordan at this time. All these preachers preaching all this prosperity, and if you turn around 10 times, you ain't going to have no trouble. If you throw money on the altar, you ain't going to have no financial problem. If you speak in tongues, everything going to work out all right. If you lay in the floor and roll 2 or 3 times, everything's going to be good. But what do you do when you done all that stuff and